My neighbor kept parking in my driveway, so I parked behind him and went out of town. His name was Walt. He moved in next door back in March, driving a black Ford F-150 that barely fit in his own driveway. Our driveways sit side by side, separated by a thin strip of grass, and mine slopes down toward the garage. His slopes up toward a shed he never finished building. From day one, he started parking that truck with 2 tires crossed over the property line, right into my side. The first time I said something, he laughed it off. "Oh, my bad, man. Just for a sec." That sec turned into hours. It happened again the next week, then the week after that. I started leaving sticky notes on his windshield. He'd wave at me from his porch like it was a joke between us. By June, I'd asked him to stop 6 separate times. 6. I counted because I started keeping a note on my phone about it. Every time it was the same line. "It's just for a sec, man. Chill." He said it so much I started hearing it in my sleep. I have a spot for my kayak trailer on the side of my driveway, and twice I had to back it out into the street because his truck was blocking the angle I needed. One night I got home from a double shift at the hospital and had to park on the curb because his truck, plus his buddy's Jeep, took up both driveways. I knocked on his door at 11 at night. He answered in a bathrobe, annoyed that I woke him up. So when Friday rolled around and I was packing for a weekend up at my sister's cabin, I wasn't in the mood for any of it. I threw my bag in the trunk, went back inside for my cooler, and when I came back out, there it was. His truck, nose first, cutting halfway across my driveway again, blocking my garage door completely. I stood there for a second just looking at it. Then I checked the time. My girlfriend Nora had already left an hour earlier in her own car with the dog, heading up ahead of me since I had to finish a work call first. I wasn't due anywhere until Sunday night. Walt's truck wasn't going anywhere either, since he clearly wasn't home. His porch light was off and his blinds were shut. I got in my car, backed out onto the street, and pulled it in right behind his truck, not touching it, just close enough that there was no way he was pulling out without a tow truck or a very patient 3-point turn that wasn't happening, since my car was flush against the curb on one side and his hedge was on the other. I locked up, grabbed my cooler, and walked 2 houses down where Nora had left her spare car for me to take instead. I tossed my bag in and drove off toward the highway. About 2 hours later, somewhere past the state line, my phone started buzzing in the cup holder. 4 missed calls, then a text. "Dude, WTF?" Then another. "Whose car is this? Move it now." Then one more. 20 minutes later, in all caps, that I didn't even fully read. I turned my phone on silent and put it in the glove box. The cabin didn't have great signal anyway, so it wasn't hard to ignore. We spent the weekend on the lake, grilled on Saturday night, and I genuinely didn't think about Walt again until Sunday afternoon when I finally plugged my phone back in to check the weather for the drive home. 11 missed calls total, a voicemail where he sounded like he was standing outside yelling at my house, and one text from his wife, Priya, that just said, "Please move your car. He has to be at his brother's wedding rehearsal by 6, and we're going to be late." That one almost got to me. Almost. I got home Sunday night around 9. My car was still sitting right where I left it, and his truck hadn't moved an inch. Walt was standing in his driveway with his arms crossed, still in his rehearsal dinner shirt, wrinkled now, tie loosened like he'd given up on it hours ago. "You have any idea what you did?" he said, walking toward me before I even had the door open. "Yeah," I said. "I parked in my driveway. You knew I was gone. You knew I couldn't move it. That's messed up, man. We missed the whole rehearsal. Priya's family thinks I don't care." I looked at him for a second. "You've parked in my driveway at least a dozen times since March. I've asked you to stop 6 times. You always say the same thing. It's just for a sec." He didn't have anything for that. His jaw just kind of worked, like he wanted to argue but couldn't find the angle. Priya came out onto their porch, still in her dress from the rehearsal, and just shook her head at him before going back inside. I moved my car 5 minutes later, didn't say another word to him. Walt's truck has stayed inside the lines of his own driveway every single day since.